If you have a small garden, you've got to take the positive features that any small garden has and emphasize them. In this case, we've got a beautiful tree and a lovely branch structure. And we then need to minimize those things that aren't quite so good. So we've got this end fence that's a bit glaring. And then the planting in the raised border that they've got doesn't really capture your attention. It's too low. So we can see the fence, the shed roof behind, and the shed in the corner is quite noticeable. If I take out the existing planting and the clutter, we'll see what we've got. We need something visually dominant that doesn't take up too much space. And a good and a really useful tip is to put in some vertical posts as really strong architectural pieces in a border. There we are. If I throw them in, you're looking at those posts now, which then, if we paint the sleepers the same colour, we've got a really strong architectural feature. But we still need to deal with the less attractive elements. Because I've added dark black posts and sleepers to one side, I can balance that on the other side with some dark raised planters. These can then contain lush green foliage. Adding a small specimen tree at the far end of the garden will capture my attention. I will look at the tree. Then in our feature border, we want contrast. We've got solid black upright. So let's contrast that with soft moving grasses, because those will hold my attention. And because I'm looking at those and the contrast and the flowers that I'm putting in that border, the shed in the back left-hand corner won't seem quite so obvious. The shed behind won't seem quite so obvious. And if we stick to a fairly simple colour palette, in this case blues and whites, you'll see if we put the plants in, it looks pretty good.